Hi, everyone. How are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. What are you drinking today? I'm drinking my normal first tea in the morning, the London Fog. So, yes, with peak tea with Miss Gray and steamed milk, organic whole steamed milk, organic vanilla flavoring, or vanilla extract flavoring, and organic stevia. So, what are you drinking? How was your week? Did you do anything fun? Anything interesting? Bentley's sitting right here. Come here. Oh, there we go. Say hi. All right. So we're going to get into Healing Through Art Therapy Part 2 today. Last week we talked about art therapy and its benefits. Also in the thumbnail, I posted our character picture that we had done when we were in Charleston of all of us. And then in the description area, I put the artist Max, his link to his Instagram and his link tree. So you can actually shop on, he has a website now and you can shop. He does other things other than character arts. He does some watercolors as well. He does a really great job. It's very beautiful. He's brilliant in what he does. He's from the Ukraine. So yes, great to support him. Anyways, so let's get into Healing Through Art Therapy Part 2. So what is art therapy? I know I didn't talk about or really define it last week because we just more so talked about the benefits. But according to American Art Therapy Association, art therapy uses active art making, the creative process, and applied psychological therapy within a psychotherapeutic relationship to enrich the lives of individuals, families, and communities. Yeah, that's a lot of big words. So to break that down, basically you do art therapy with a psychiatrist. They have a different process that they go through that helps you with that. So like I said last week, the concept isn't necessarily of can you draw something or can you paint it's the process of putting that on paper. And getting it out, getting your feelings out, not what you actually physically or what the end result looks like on paper or on canvas. So I have a little bit different definition of art therapy. So yeah, that is one way you can do it. Another way I feel like you could do art therapy is you could do it on your own as well. You don't necessarily have to have like a psychiatrist or anybody in with you to do it as well. So we're going to talk about a little bit of both of those today. There is a specific degree for an art therapist. So it's not like you can go to any psychiatrist or anything. There's a specific degree for it. So how can you participate? So arttherapy.org. The link is also in the description for them. You can find an art therapist near you. So if it's something you want to do in person, you're able to do that. You can go to arttherapy.org and look for an art therapist, and it pulls it up your area, the closest one to you. I think they do it virtually as well. I think every now and then they have like a virtual one that you can do it virtually online. From what I saw. Also, other places that do it virtually is SIMS Mann UCLA Center for Integrative Oncology. They have the link is also in the description. So they do it virtually. It's free. You can register to do art therapy with an art therapist. Legacy Health also does it virtually. They have the link is in the description. So if that's something you want to look into, something you want to try, you never know. You may enjoy it with a therapist. You may enjoy it without a therapist. We'll get into that in just a minute. Also, too, you you may enjoy both. Like you may enjoy doing it both. From what you get out from with the therapist, it may let you or encourage you to venture out on your own and do it on your own. So yeah, give it a try, give it a shot. You may find a creative streak in you didn't know you had. Um, so yes, all three of those links are definitely in the description for today. What else can you do? So there are a lot of how-to classes on YouTube. I say that a really good friend of mine, she's an artist. Her aunt was an artist. They actually owned a gallery in Charleston, South Carolina. They no longer own that gallery, but her aunt, when her aunt was alive, she was like this famous painter of birds. And so after she passed, my friend, that's when she just started drawing, painting and drawing herself. And I think she's amazing. I have a couple pieces of her artwork, but it was such a pleasure to be able to watch her. I got to watch her create these things like from the start. So she would do it just as she did it, like a little bit at a time. I saw the progress and the pictures, and I greatly appreciated that, and I love her for that. I actually have 2 of her paintings. I wish I had more, but the 2 that I have one I had I paid her to paint is for Sean for his birthday one year, and it's 2 sea turtles. I love sea turtles, and so she found this picture and she painted the picture of 2 sea turtles. I'll post it. I'll figure out how to. I gotta figure out how to post the pictures on YouTube because I don't think we can post in the comments or anything. I'll figure it out and post them for you guys. And then she did another one that she had done. It was of a magnolia. And, the South is definitely known for like their southern magnolia trees, which are these huge, gigantic magnolia trees. And just one flower is huge, which the magnolia meant a lot to me because one of my favorite aunts on my mom's side of the family I was really close to. She was like another mother to me. She passed with ovarian cancer, and she loved magnolias, and that was like her favorite flower. My mom had done this flower piece made for my mom that had magnolias on it as well, and even on her headstone when she knew that she wasn't when she knew that she just wasn't going to make it. She'd made all her arrangements so that my uncle wouldn't have to, and on her headstone is magnolias. So yeah, so that painting means a lot to me, even though like my friend had done it before we had even met, but it's definitely one that I wanted and needed, and it meant a lot just, because my friend means a lot to me. So then, her painting that meant a lot, or if that makes sense with the connection with it. But, and then of course the sea turtles. And then there's so many other of her paintings that I would love to have, but I got to save up. So I would never ask a friend to do something for free by no means, especially with amazing work that they do. Everybody deserves to get paid for what they do if they have a talent. It's just how I feel. Anyways, you also have there are those I don't like fun activities. Ever see like painting with a twist? There's wine and design. You can bring your own. A lot of times you can bring like your own drink or food, like whether it's wine or. You're so leaky today. You can bring your own food. You can bring wine, beer, water. Like it doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage. It can be a non-beverage. They do different types of classes, different things that you can paint. So you can go through and see what they're painting for the day. You don't have to be an artist or anything. You can never have painted anything before and go to these classes. They teach you how to, like, step by step, how to do these paintings. They also have, some of them have ones where you can do, like, it's like a couple thing or like a friend thing where you do two separate paintings and they kind of go together, or you put them together. They do that, some of those as well. But a lot of them are named different things. Those are Painting with the Twist and Wine and Design. They're just kind of two of like the major, like, big ones that you can buy a franchise in that I know of. I've done both of those. Actually, I've done with the Painting with the Twist. We've done a fundraising event with them. They do fundraising events for charities as well. So even if you want to kind of like knock out two birds with one stone, you can, go and paint, and then with the proceeds, that you have to pay for it anyway, but a portion of those proceeds goes to a charity. So you can find out if it's a charity that you like, you can go and paint, and then a portion of the proceeds goes there, no extra cost to you, and you get a painting out of it that you've painted, and plus the therapy that comes with it. So you do that. Painting with a Twist, we did. We also did, and then I also went back. They did, like I said, I love sea turtles. So they were doing one, it was on a beach. It was like a beach, and the sea turtle was like going to the ocean in the sand. And I did that, and my mom loved that. My mom, it was sitting downstairs in front of our fireplace for the longest time. And my mom would, when she was on the couch, and when her cancer had come back, like she loved that painting there. She thought that, because she said it brought her calm. And so so I have that painting now. It means a lot to me for that reason, outside of the fact that it was a sea turtle, but just because it was something that brought peace to my mom, and knowing that it brought peace to my mom, it was something I did. It meant a lot. And then we were doing, we did another one, Wine and Design. My mom had chosen, we were doing another fundraising event with them, and we were doing it. My husband was working in Charleston at the time, and we were doing it with them, like with his colleagues, and my mom had chose a painting with two dogs, and they were like looking at the moon. And we were supposed to do that in October, and my mom had passed in August. And so, but we still did it in memory of her, because she chose the picture. She chose, it was she, even though I set it up, she kind of put it all together, or made the decisions for it. And so I have that. I still have that. And that was great. That was nice. So yes, I have all of those. But anyways, it's something that it's kind of fun and creative, and you don't have to be an art person to do it. Like you don't have to be an artist. You could have never painted a picture in your life and still do it. It's just something fun to do. And then too, sometimes you can just go buy the tools and paint yourself. Like if the craft store is running a sale, or some of them are going out of business, go buy you some paint, like a canvas and paint tools, and just paint. And then so you can just do it yourself. Just paint what you feel. And then also you have some of your cancer organizations are doing them as well. So you can your specific ones, like specific ones for ovarian cancer or brain tumor cancer awareness, breast cancer, a lot of the different ones, lung cancer. They do, some of the organizations do these things as well, and they do them virtually. Or some of them, if they're local, they do them local. So you can look up that way. Or, and then you don't even have to necessarily go do something. Like you could paint a room. Like if you're like, oh, this room needs to be paint a room. And even if you just want to paint something, sometimes you have a full blank canvas and on that wall, and you can paint whatever you want. Because guess what? You can paint over it. If you don't like it, you can paint over it. And that's the fun part of painting. On the wall. Like if you don't like it, paint over it. You can go look at art. I found sometimes there's some pieces of art that you can just get lost in and just sit and stare at for hours. Kind of like I was talking about, with my mom with the painting with the sea turtle. Like it just brought her calm. Like, go to a museum, or if you find an art piece, like even in a store. Sometimes you can find art pieces in a store. I know some of the pieces I have came from Kirkland's. You can just sit there and stare at them for hours and just get lost in them. Like that's okay to do that too. Store, museum, wherever you see one that speaks to you. I mean, of course, it doesn't have to be painting. It can be drawing, sketching. You can get one of those how-to draw books. Like I know Disney does, how to draw characters from Lion King, how to draw characters from a specific movie. You can do, and it doesn't even necessarily any like how to draw books. And then you can do chalk art. That's fun. If it's a nice day outside, go grab you some chalk and do some sidewalk chalk. Draw out a picture, draw out a hopscotch and do hopscotch. Draw out pastel. You can use pastels. Those are I love pastels. Those are fun. And so yeah, there's a lot that you can do. Like with art, it doesn't have to be anything specific. And just whatever makes you feel better, because who cares what you do or how you do it, just as long as you have fun, and if it helps, nothing else matters. So just have fun with the art. You can draw this little one. But or even like the character artist, like Max, he does, like, his main thing is watercolors. So I would highly recommend go on his website. I did his Instagram. He has some on his Instagram, but the Linktree link that I did in the description, if you go on there, click on that, there's a section, he has shop, and then you can see his paintings and everything. Gorgeous. That's what he does. Like, that's his main thing. He just does the character art for money. Like, or I should say extra money, So as if you have a day job, and then you had like a side hobby that you really like to do, and you're trying to build that up to be able to do it, but then you just had a part-time job to help fund you while you built that up. And so that's him. So same thing with his watercolor paintings. Like he has that's his main thing, but his quote unquote side job to help, build up money for his watercolors is the character art, because he can do that in no time. You have a lot of tourists that goes in Charleston. He's in the Charleston market. You have a lot of tourists that goes there, and he can make a lot of money off of that. And then he does sell some of his paintings there in the market as well. And as far as my friend, yes, she does sell her paintings. I don't have a website for her right now because she's still getting all that together, trying to figure that out. But once I do, I will definitely pass that along, because I love her paintings too. They're amazing. Also, but yes, have fun. And if you do anything, share. Write in the comments like, hey, I went to a painting class with the bring your own wine or bring your own drink or whatever and painted so and so and loved it. Like, talk about your experience. Or, hey, I sketched so and so. I do, this is what I do and this is how it helps me. Like, definitely want to hear it, because you may spark an interest in somebody else or an idea for someone else to be able to help them as well. So yes, that's what we want to do. We want to help each other, everybody here, each other. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go for the day. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And please like, share, and subscribe if you find this helpful, so it makes it easier for someone else to find it if they're looking for videos like this on YouTube to help them out. I greatly appreciate it. And with that, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy your tea, and we'll see you next week under the willow tree.